like this game. It's just too cute, man. Look at their little faces. Worship me, you fools. Cult of the Lamb is a game developed by Massive Monster and published by Devolver Digital, released in August 2022, and has seen 2 free DLC so far, Relics of the Old Faith, and the most recent one being Sins of the Flesh. I think the title of the DLC speaks for itself. You are a little lamb that was saved from death by the bishop, the one who waits, and he's making you run a cult in the name of him and will send you out on crusades to set him free. The game consists of 2 major features mashed together. The town builder aspect, in which you grow your cult, and the roguelike aspect, which is used to progress the story and gather resources for your cult back at home. Today I'd like to dive deeper into the game and explore its mechanics and storyline, so there will be spoilers up ahead. I'm going to start off with the roguelike aspect, the Crusades. If you go up north once you've spawned in, you'll enter a room with 4 doors in it, each leading to a different biome. Darkwood, Anura, Anchor Deep, and Silk Cradle. The door to Darkwood will be opened right away, as it is the starting area of the Crusades, and the other doors can be opened once you've reached a certain amount of followers, which you can recruit on your Crusades or buy from Spider Guy. Each biome will give you different resources that you can use back in your cult, which we'll talk about more a bit later. And today I'm going to Silk Cradle. Once you enter an area, you'll see your health represented in hearts in the top left of your screen. Every time you get hit, half a heart will be lost. Right next to that is your fervor bar, which shows you how many times you can use your curses. Oh, right. What are curses? Well, during the Crusades, you have 2 main ways of killing enemies. Your weapon, ranging from a dagger to a gun, and your curses, ranging from a piercing shot to freezing enemies with a blast. With the Relics of the Old Faith update, relics were added to the game, which can give you another advantage in battle, like rolling a dice to get more health or freezing all enemies on screen. During the Crusade, you will also come across tarot card rooms, which will give you perks for the remainder of the Crusade. To finish a Crusade, you have to complete all nodes on the map, ranging from combat rooms to resource rooms to shops. The process can get quite repetitive at times, but the change of biome really helps. You'll need to go on 4 successful Crusades before the door leading towards the boss room of the biome will open, where you will fight one of the 4 other bishops. Repeating this process 3 times and the path to the one who waits will open. In there, the one who waits will ask you to surrender your crown back to him, which you'll refuse because why the heck would you give up everything you worked so hard for? And you'll have to fight him as the final boss of the main campaign. After that, he'll become a member of your cult, his immortality preventing him from dying of old age. A living trophy, if you will. After the main game, you can go back into the biome and repeat this process, where you'll be able to recruit the other 4 bishops to your cult as well. Once you return to your cult after completing a crusade, there will be a lot for you to do. In the middle of your camp, your temple will be placed, which you can hold sermons and rituals in, as well as declare more doctrines for your cult members to follow. This will keep your faith up, as you'll see in the top left corner of the screen. Once your cult members get enough faith, they'll level up and give you more points to use to upgrade your weapons and curses during crusade runs. Members of your cult will pray at the altar in the middle of your cult, which will give you divine inspiration once you get enough worship points. With this, you can get upgrades for your cult, like a kitchen and a farm. With the seats you got from either resource rooms or destroying plants in combat rooms, you can get a nice farm started. You need to use the rest of your resources to construct new buildings and make food for your followers. The food bar is placed next to the faith bar along with the sanitary bar. Your cult members will violently shit on the floor after having a meal, no shame, and you'll have to clean that up with your handy broom. Here in the cult, you'll also be able to properly recruit your new followers into the cult and give them a task to perform, like worship you or chop some wood in the lumber yards. If your faith gets too low, by the way, your followers will start to dissent. You can put them in prison and re-educate them so you don't have to kill them in their sleep. You can also build a missionary to send your followers out on missions to get you resources, but there's a chance they won't make it back. With the new update, Sins of the Flesh, a whole new feature has been added to the game. Sin. Sin can be generated in the drink house or the drum circle, and also with certain rituals. It can be used to upgrade your temple and to hatch some eggs. I recommend doing this since the babies will be born with a high loyalty level if you choose the right doctrine for it. You will need to nurture both the egg and the baby once it's born to increase their faith level, and you'll get a notification of neglect if you don't nurture them. These babies will shit on your floor even more frequently and more violently than any of your other cult members, and will not be able to use the toilets once you've built some of those. Eventually they will grow into adults and will work for you until they reach old age, in which case they're really only useful for sacrifice. Speaking of sacrifice, after an upgrade, if you die during a crusade run, you can sacrifice one of your followers for health. But if you die after sacrificing said follower, you will be martyred and the run will end. Cult of the Lamb combines the roguelike aspect of the Crusades and the town builder aspect of the cult really well. And if you think that is everything the game has to offer, you would be dead wrong. You can unlock new areas by progressing through the story, where you can unlock a minigame called Knucklebones, a dice game. A fishing minigame where you can get some food for your cult. Meet a crazy mushroom guy with his own questline, and meet Midas, who really loves gold. Also, there will be a place where you can meet a fish guy, but that is very late game content, and I will not be diving into that today. There's also a gold mine of other endgame content once you've completed the main storyline, which I also won't spoil today. Just keep the weird mushroom guy I mentioned earlier in mind. Alright, that's all from me today. I'm gonna go make some guys eat poop just for fun.